I'm checking out a first round game between my buddy Cartavia and Mirab. Let's see. So whenever you look at a position, always count the material first. I guess technically Lichess does that for you, but I'm just kind of in the habit of always doing it anyway. So material looks even. I guess white has a slight advantage. They have more space due to their advanced pawn here. And they have a very nice bishop. Black can't really put any pressure on the center. But all that being said, looks still okay for black. Oh, I thought we might have gotten there by way of d4, but it was actually a Sicilian. Oh, okay, d3 and g3. Yeah, I'm not a Sicilian player, and I always play the open Sicilian when I'm white, which is rather than d3, d4. B5 looks a little suspicious. I mean, black's moved 5 pawns at this point. White's already castled, and black's still a few moves away from castling. Is this where we are? Oh, okay. So they have played a couple more moves. Bishop c5, knight e4. Yeah, bishop. Yeah, I mean bishop c5 didn't look that good because you really don't want to trade off. Let white trade the bishop for the knight there. Well, I guess they'd have to think about it, but if that were to happen, white would get the 2 bishops, and that would be kind of nice. Though this knight is also very strong, eyeing the d6 square as well. So yeah, no bishop c5. I mean, that's the thing when you're playing a really strong player, even one slightly inaccurate move can really sink your game. Okay, so we'll keep this game up. Still, I think black's hanging in there. Okay, so we're right now. These sections are organized by rating rather than by grade this time around. So everyone is going to be pretty good in this section, in the open section. All right, looks like it's going to be one of our top players, and yeah, looks like they're going to win this one. Okay, I noticed some familiar faces. All right, looks like white's going to win. Well, you guys know what I'm doing. I'm counting the material. Black's up a pawn. Is that right? Well, I guess I can, yeah, up a pawn. But white controls the middle. So, this could be interesting. Black's a stronger player, so it's always fun to get an unbalanced position like this, where one side has material, but the other side maybe has, in this case, the center and space. So if white can make use of the middle before black starts steamrolling with these pawns, then white has a pretty good game. All right, so we'll definitely put this one up to watch as well. Cool, seeing yeah, some new faces here, so that's great. The more people, the more different people, the better. You don't want to just play the same person week after week. Jody the dope. A lot of well, I guess the tournament did only start like 7 minutes ago. So, but I was gonna say a lot of like close games and stuff. It's like somebody got a piece trap down here. Yikes. Yeah. Going back to Cartavia's game, I guess we could go here. Yeah, Black Castled. I mean, I guess that's what else are you gonna do? And then the knight comes in. So yeah, now definitely white's grinding this edge. So yeah. All right, let's see. So a lot of new people, some familiar people as well. All right, check out Detective Pikachu. Yeah, you're playing a pretty strong player. Okay. Yeah, it looks like white was able to get some tactics and win a piece. All right, so now let's go here. Oh, cool, cool. All right. See some, yeah, it looks like Jude won his first game. Why Myasnik won her first. Oh, bye. Well, there's still a point. All right. See how Robert's doing. Oh, okay, looks like it was a Danish. Or no, Goring Gambit, sorry. What the? Oh, yeah, no. So you want to go bishop c4. I guess he fixed that. Yeah, two. Yeah, okay. So you got to, watch out for your pieces, right? Because, well, yeah, it's pretty bad at this point, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Robert's strong player, taught him for a few years at this point. So, yeah, just trying to see if like you can throw in a check. Yeah, problem is even if you move the queen to a spot that protects the bishop, black can just take the bishop and then fork. So, oh, okay. So good learning experience there. Ooh. Oh, okay. Memphis played well. Yeah, that should have been a good game. Oh, ouch. Okay. Yeah, no. Don't be doing this. Yeah, D4 is good. You can even sack right away. That's the fried liver attack. Okay, sack and play queen f3. No, I think Will, you're too good to be doing this. So that's okay. Actually, c3 wins a piece. So there's a famous Morphy game that goes pawn takes, and then white just like destroys his opponent, who I think might be his father in that game or somebody. Yeah, so actually this doesn't look now black is probably winning, right? Probably need to do something a little more forceful. Yeah. Now white's back on top. So, is there any way to like? Yeah, I guess not. All right, it's a tough game for Will. Check out that opening, and just for Memphis's future reference, if they do knight takes d4, I think that just wins a piece. So interesting game. Definitely what I would expect from these two players. Both really, really good players. All right, looks like yeah, it looks like Rohan's doing pretty well, aka Kid Fire. And position like this, I mean, material is not going to be as important. Like this is more about who can attack the king first. All right, so f3, yeah, you got to stop the checkmate. But now these dark squares become super exposed. Yeah, definitely like black's position here. They have, let's see, what do they have? Open file, open diagonal, and weak dark squares. And white, I mean, white, okay. I mean, I guess you could say white is the D file. And yeah, maybe white has some threats too. So actually, let's see what happens here in the next couple moves, and then we'll go to a different section. So under 1100 looks pretty competitive. A lot of good players could potentially win this section. Yeah, these Lichess ratings. A little bit inflated, as you can see. So under 1100 refers to the online USCF rating. Lichess ratings are, I mean, it really depends, but they're probably inflated. I don't know, at least at this, between the 1000 and 2000 level, they're probably inflated about 300 points approximately. At the higher level, I think they're not as inflated, maybe 100 to 200 points. At least I hope so. My Lichess rating is like really low right now. So I really hope it's not that much inflated. Yeah, so rook g3. I mean, I get what he's trying to do, probably double rooks or something. But yeah, bishop a4. Just a little worried about that if I were black. So that's what I wanted to see if that would happen. So that should be one to watch. All right, just going back to Kartavia's game. Okay, let's try and get fancy with it. Isaka. Nah, he won the exchange. Okay. All right, getting a little fancy. So if black takes back, knight takes e6, forks the king and the queen. Oh, that's pretty sick. All right, yes, another game to show my classes. And then this game, this was the one between, also in the open, between Poverex and Lily Flower. Rook e2, little unusual. Could be a little slow here. But you can see black is starting to advance the pawns. Guess rook e2. I don't know, maybe you're trying to set up some kind of defense here. I don't know about that. Okay, let's check out under 600. All right. Oh, cool. Nice to see Andrew playing. Man, Andrew plays sometimes the weirdest stuff. All right, now it gets back to like the most like common chess opening, the four knights. Okay, so you don't want to do this because black has this fork trick. And black doesn't win any pieces because they sack the piece to get the fork, but they gain a nice center. Let's go ahead and play this out. All right, so this is a common thing that if you're white, you don't want to fall for this really. Like I said, material's even, but really like black here. They have a pawn in the center and two very nice bishops. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, that looks okay. So any others? Oh, all right. Well, black's about to win that game we just looked at. Pretty good game over here. Okay. Let's see what happened in card. Oh, black resigned. Yeah, rook f6 is a nice move. Threatening takes. Can't take the rook because of checkmate. So nice game, nice game. So well, now that this game is over, I believe I can download it. Huh. Wonder what you would call this tactic, where rook e6 to then rook f6. I mean, I guess it's a pin kind of because the pawn is pinned, but it's pretty cool. Y'all, is there a way? Oh, this would be so much faster. I'm always looking if I can like download the game directly from the site, okay, rather than like make it a study. Okay, this was a Kid Fire game. Rook for two minor pieces. Well, this probably turned out well for black. Okay. Yeah, I thought he missed f4 earlier. Would have been stronger here. Think you win a whole rook if you go f4. But yeah, you're still gonna win material, so probably black's gonna win. So how did he get out of that bishop a4 debacle? Okay. Oh, what? Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't take the queen, you get mated. Then did he? Okay. Oh, maybe white should have saved the queen here. But you still win a piece. Oh, and then you get forked. I mean, not forked, pinned. Oh, okay. Yeah, white maybe should have moved the king over here. All right, tough game by white. Looks like played really well, but yeah, kind of missed some tactics there. Okay. Well, if anyone's made progress, definitely black, right? They got the pawns going. Just have an extra pawn over here. Oh, actually, two extra pawns technically. And white has an extra pawn in the king side. Yeah, I mean, it seems like um, white is struggling to find counterplay. And meanwhile, black's plan is just like really simple. Just expand on the queen side and use your extra pawns. It's kind of nice that this pawn's also guarded two different ways. So you can just push this pawn and not have to really worry about protecting the c pawn. Yeah, white really wanted to make use of this pawn because it stops any kind of defensive piece here. But I'm not sure. Okay, go right back to this. This looks like the most fun game right now. Just want to see if there's any other, like, probably some really close games now that it's getting towards the end. Yeah, like black's position here. Well, actually, yeah, some interesting games. Mm. This could be interesting too. Oops. Wait, what? Oh, I only copied the word black. Okay. Man, now I'm getting lazy. I'm just like looking in the corner to see what the material is. Nah, so black's up a pawn, but white definitely has an initiative. Some pieces around the king. Black's also stronger player, way up on time, so probably in black's favor here. Let's see, and then I wanted to check out under 1100. Okay, a few games. Oh, okay, that looks like a good game. Okay, white's up a piece. A few interesting games. Okay, put this game up on the board. Oh, okay, things are actually simplifying pretty quickly. So black's up a couple pawns, but white's rook and king are in good positions. I mean, you hate to make a move like rook b7, but probably the best choice. Well, I don't know. He could have protected the pawn or gone after the king side pawn. It's hard to say. So he chooses to choose. He chooses. Oh my gosh. He chooses to go here, and now you have an extra pawn on both sides of the board. So I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Even if the rook on b7 is like the worst piece I've seen all day. Oh, black's way up on.
The worst piece you've seen all day?
Yep. But not like his fault, really. Like, that's just what you had to do.
One thing that I noticed is that Z-Man is definitely using his time.
Mm-hmm.
thinking about his moves. So even though he's down some material, I do like the activity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like that rook on b7 is kind of anchored to that pawn.
Yeah, I'm with you. So you don't want to get so low on time that, yeah, I mean, the time now is a factor. I definitely think Black has great chances to win since the material and now the time. But hey, I'm much happier watching someone take their time, especially in an endgame, than just like blitz it out and hope for the best. That just crushes me every time. All right, so he decides to go forward. Okay. Okay. Well, it's a tough position even if you had a lot of time. So. Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, I assume that was the idea. So the reason he played f6 is now he can't take it. So now, I mean, I think that was the right choice. Like, just give up the c pawn and just get now you have two extra pawns on one side.
And we got a request to look at a game in the under 1100 section, Unseeked Spy.
Okay.
Would you mind taking a look at that game?
Sure. Wow, that king though is pretty impressive.
Yeah, scroll up. He already finished.
Oh, well, we'll go there later because I want to see how this game finishes.
Number 5. Yeah, just maybe quickly go through the game.
Okay. Italian game. Yeah, I think, maybe before playing Rook E1, just go like finish developing the rest of your pieces first before moving the rook again. Because you can always go D3 to protect this pawn. Because
Or
now,
even knight
like,
c3 before.
yeah, like I get you want to go there to stop the pin. So yeah, like if you go D3, then that's pretty uncomfortable. It's just too bad you have to like retreat. Yeah, it takes. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a common trick to win a piece. So I think Black has to take here. I mean, Black would have a bad position, but at least they wouldn't lose a piece. They'd be like down a pawn. Yeah, so now that White's up a piece, yeah, just go ahead and trade because at the end of all the trades, you're just gonna have an extra piece, and that'll be super easy to win. Yeah, trade. Well, Black has one last hope, but White creates some space, and White wins. All right, so good game. Maybe just in the opening, okay, rather than go rook e1, just go d3 or knight c3. Yeah, I don't know if White had a way to really defend this. Hard to say. But I don't know. Maybe could have tried rook here. And then just like the king can't go here. But then maybe just h5. So I don't know. But yeah, it looked like that was a good game and good to see White really take their time there. All right, yeah, and this game from the Open, pretty good game. Doesn't look like too much has changed. Okay, so yeah, I was like, well, maybe White's gonna go for the sacrifice. So actually, that's where we're at. Now, Black does have this good defensive piece. That would be key. Otherwise, you got some real problems. I don't know. Sack a piece for 2 pawns. See if the sacrifice works. Generally, the rule of thumb is you need 3 pieces to have a successful attack. Really just counting 1 right now, maybe 1.5 if we want to count the knight jumping in at some point. So the odds are not good for White. But definitely if you're like, a lower rated player and stuff, like you definitely want to make your opponent a little nervous. Yeah, so like this would make me a little nervous, even if I don't think it has a good chance to work. Time is still plenty of time, but it's ticking down.
Yeah, and I can definitely respect going for it.
I mean, well, we'll see.
Yeah, not sure if there's enough material there though for the attack.
Yeah, like I mean, there's a difference between like, going for something and then just making a bad decision. So I think, in this case, White, I mean, what else was White going to do? So let's see how the game turns out, and that'll make a verdict. So yeah, knight g5. I mean, okay, you're bringing the knight in, but you leave this pawn open. I'm guessing this is probably one of the final games remaining. If we go back before the sack, like to consider any alternatives, so there. Well, maybe White could have done more to prepare this. See, this rook really got misplaced. Can't even like retreat. This rook is uninvolved. I think it maybe even go here and then sack, but even that looks, yeah. So I don't know. Okay, rook e3. This pawn wasn't there. The rook could at least swing over. Hmm. So let's see. Does Black decide to respect the attack or just keep doing their own thing? Yeah. All right. She goes for the skewer. Oh, does it trap the rook? Yeah, it traps the rook. Yeah, no, I like this move a lot. Because there's also like, well, there was other moves, but that move looks pretty nice. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. Probably when the game's over, we'll take another look. Don't want to say too much now, in case players are listening. So we'll just kind of wait. You know, White's giving it their all, but is it gonna be enough? Yeah, that was definitely one of my candidates. I mean, all this stuff is hanging, but can White figure it out with only a little bit of time and under the pressure as well? So it'd be fun if you're watching, try to guess what you would do, and then you can go back over and see if it was the best move. It's fun, especially to do this when you're watching like Grandmaster games to like compare yourself. But I mean, Black's also a really strong player, so it'd be fun to compare yourself to that too. Okay, let's go back. Let's go to this game real quick. So Black was able to win. Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. This is White started this attack with a sacrifice. White's trying to come up with what to do next. Can keep the attack alive. Again, don't want to say too much, but it's a critical moment. White just took back, so Black's still down a piece. All right, so they go for the simplifications. Thought maybe Rook AE1 would have been interesting also. Maybe not enough then either. So I think I know what they're gonna do. I thought something. Though I mean, it probably doesn't make too much difference. We'll go back to the game in a second, but E6 definitely was on my radar. But was there anything wrong with Rook H3? Alana, are you there? Doesn't this potentially win?
I'm not sure.
You're threatening mate. That might just won right there. So does white have any chances? Well, it's not over. But it's not looking that good either. Yeah, pawns start to come in. Maybe we can go back to it, but any other games? This one looks kind of fun. Yeah, white's up a piece, but like all of black's forces are bearing down. Just see real quick. Oh, white resigned. All right, good game. Yeah, check out Rook H3. Well, hate to. Oh, someone already put in the analysis. Hate to be lazy here, but yeah, I thought Bishop G6 was a big blunder. Got to take there, get rid of that rook. Because then the thing is, even if they get the bishop, you don't want to take that allows perpetual check, but you can take with the queen and still protect. So yeah, Bishop G6 was a blunder. And then yeah, E6 was a blunder. Yep. Rook H3, forced checkmate. Oh yeah, and then again, Rook H3. So this, they probably missed that move and it's all over. All right, very instructive game. Very good battle, guys.
You're gonna save the game?
Yeah. So okay.
That was a great
Yeah, I
game.
was like, am I just missing something obvious? Like Rook H3 seems to win, but yeah. All right, good game here. All right, black is pressing for the win. Look, I always like to root for the underdog. Oh, snap. I didn't even see that coming. Well, that's unfortunate. How'd the queen get there? Wow, I mean, black had no time, so it's definitely understandable. All right, good game. Looks like a lot of really close games today. Really great what I'm seeing so far. I already have 2 games to see. Okay. 2 games to show the classes. Yeah, I mean, I'll take back the some of the things I said about the sack because it shouldn't have worked, but it could have worked. So I mean, G4 was a good move. And yeah, Rook H3 wins. And I mean, black was totally crushing here. Just had to take. Let's write that down before I forget. So good game, guys. Very good game. You know, Pulverex fought hard.
Yeah, so we got another request.
Colin won.
Inky Cheerful Almond, first one.
Oh, they're at the top. Yeah, well, whatever. I like to try to look at it without the computer analysis. Good to use your own brain. Sometimes the computer is just weird. Like, how is this a blunder? I mean, maybe it's not the best move, but like, anyways. Looks okay to me. Right? I mean, it could even be theory for all we know. All right, so we got a pretty fun Sicilian. Yeah, king d2, probably not the way you want to go. Better just get your king in the corner. See, now the computer's just distracting me. Yeah, definitely things have turned well for white. I mean, did I say white? Well for black. And the king is kind of hidden itself, but got some development problems. Oh, I was like, was the queen just under attack? Okay. Yeah, black starts going after the weak pawns. Hmm? Oh, okay. I guess there was a nice tactic. Or leads to mate. Is that the idea? Tell me, machine. All right. I guess it's mate or win like a lot of material. Well, that's kind of a cool tactic, but I feel like you could probably find that yourself. I mean, it's still like a complex game. Okay. Pretty much like black the whole way, though. Then you get checkmated. Yeah, and this was a really good game. I think definitely White made some mistakes in regard to their king and developing their pieces. And maybe Black missed a couple of chances to do some tactics here and there, but overall, it was a well played game, I think, by both players. Yeah. So cool. Definitely look forward to the matchups going forward. Oh, the second round. Okay. So under 600. All right. So remember, at this level, they're still working on keeping pieces safe. Okay, not moving pieces into danger. So really, it's just about taking your time with your moves. And I mean, like I'm literally just like look how fast the players are moving, right? When they still, I mean, I think they still have plenty of time. Yeah, no reason to move that fast. That just makes it more likely you're gonna make a mistake. Right? If you watch the games of the best players in the section, you'll notice that they always really take their time. Yeah, I mean, Black can play better than this, you know. Yeah, just about taking your time. And the player knows this. So if you're like a parent or anything, no need to like berate the point. Just, you know, keep it matter of fact. You got to slow down because then you won't make these kind of mistakes. All right? Because you imagine it's very frustrating for the player as well. So, okay, it should be a really good matchup. Our almond friend against Colin. Uh, so Colin, I used to teach him in person. So, okay, we have a semi-Slav defense. All right, well, anyway, things aren't probably going to happen for a while. but just kind of fun to see the opening. Memphis. Oh, Memphis was black. I was like, if Memphis was white, I was like, you should have played the Queen's Gambit. It was black. All right, Rohan and Memphis. Yeah, we
Yeah,
have a
this is a
lot
really
of
good
good
matchup.
matchups.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say this round will definitely come back because they're just kind of getting started. Oh, everyone's kind of getting started. See what Cartavia plays this time. I predict that what's it like the Benoni Benko? Still need to ask him about that. Well, I'm probably gonna see it really soon. So if you're not sure what that is,
We aren't either.
but we'll do our best to explain it. No, maybe not. All right, so White's doing like a not a Kalia, a London setup, d4, bishop f4, and then e3. Yeah, very solid setup. I don't know if it's the most challenging, but it's certainly solid and good. So we see Kartavi going for like a King's Indian setup, or I don't know if you would even call it that. Just get the bishop on g7. So when the bishop is behind the 3 pawns, that's called fianchettoing the bishop. I would write that on the board, but I'm not sure how to spell fianchetto. But fianchetto means little house in Italian. So it's like you're making a little house for the bishop. What's kind of neat about chess is there's a lot of words you're going to encounter in chess, like fianchetto, zugzwang, en passant, all these words in different languages. And that's because chess is played all over the world. And so when players contribute to chess knowledge, they, going to use their own language. And sometimes we just keep the same words. All right, I'm just blabbering on. So, he just played g4. Dang, man, that takes some guts. He's gonna throw the pawn forward like that. Huh, that's all right. I thought White's plans to go this way, but I don't know, man. Let's see what happens. I think this is dead wrong though, but it certainly gets points for being interesting. Probably the least likely move I would expect. All right. I mean, Daniel Best could probably beat me like half the time we play. So what do I know? But yeah, generally you want to play on the side where you're strongest. And yeah, okay. All right. Well, let's just watch this one. Oh, oops. So black was able to get an e5 and like gain some space and stuff. So yeah, I mean, don't know. Black has more space, but then he has to think about defending the pawn and trying to finish his development, like the bishop and the rook here. Yeah, knight h5, trying to just work on defending the pawn. Maybe take so. I said the strong players play slow, but these guys are kind of just banging out their moves here. So cool. Looks like a pretty good game. And it's hard. There's so many games to look at. I don't know. We'll just kind of cycle. Oh, I see a grandmaster in under 600. Huh. It's hard when they all start at the same time because, like, not much you can say about the openings really, unless someone makes like an enormous error. Honestly, guys, though, I'm like you can just see how fast people are playing. Definitely encourage everyone to slow down, even when like it's an opening that like you know what the next move is. Because the thing is, if you're blitzing the opening and then you suddenly stop, your opponent's gonna know when you're out of your knowledge, and that's just not so fun. Ooh, ouch. Pin. Yeah, so under 600, the best way to get better is just to do a lot of tactics, um, or like tactic puzzles. So best thing is just get a book full of puzzles. Here's one that'll last you pretty much for the rest of your life, called Sharpen Your Tactics, Red Book. It's basically, there's no text or explanation. It's just a bunch of books or a bunch of pages of puzzles to solve where you're trying to find the best move. It can be a checkmate or a tactical theme like forks or pins, things like that. That's definitely what I focus on, really for all sections, to be honest, but especially for this section. There's just a lot of like, you can have a good strategy, but then if you get like your queen pinned, all that strategy goes out the window. So it's really more about tactics at this point. And then as you get better, I think it's good to learn from the games of strong players. Try to like understand what they were thinking, try to like guess their moves, learn some openings, and study your end games. So for like the players in the open section, um, you see we had a few end games here. So you want to study up on the end game. There's a lot of good books for that as well. So I know Bruce Pandolfini, I don't know if he's the best author, but one book that he definitely did that deserves some of the hype around him is Pandolfini's Endgame Course. Pandolfini, you can just kind of sound it out. Endgame Course, it's like a black queen glowering over the white king that has been defeated or whatever. And I really like this book, especially for kids, because it's just like there's one position, then a short explanation. So it doesn't overwhelm you like I think some endgame books can do. And it just includes like a lot of key positions. Yeah, it looks like there's 120. Oh, sorry, way more than that. There's almost 250 positions. And yeah, I mean, I think it's actually a really good book. And great as like a reference too. And all that being said, especially now when you're probably doing so much stuff on like a screen, definitely recommend studying from books. Let's go to Kartavi's game. I mean, it's just a nice break from a screen, and I feel like you tend to focus a little more. But I mean, in the end, it's kind of up to you. I mean, I'm just used to working with books, so that's what's comfortable for me. But if you grew up with screens and stuff, I mean, yeah, you're there, you can definitely go through things a lot faster. So I get that too. So they did trade off knight for bishop. Yeah, I mean, I tend to feel black's a little better here. You get the two bishops. Potentially you can expand in the center. But, white's okay too. All right, see Daniel. Yeah, I don't know if c6 was necessary. I feel like black should try to get this rook over here as fast as you can and try to poke at these pawns. You have like h5. So, yeah, not really feeling what's happening over here. Like this pawn could be a weakness, so I don't know. Maybe Daniel Best won't be punished today for some open need adventures. Mm. I wish you could turn this off. Well, we're just gonna ignore the computer. Computer's dumb.
Did you just insult the computer?
Mm-hmm. Okay, hold up. Okay. Who's okay? Look, Rohan's really good player, really young player. So I think he has all the talent in the world. So look, I'm just gonna point out. I mean, you lose like this, and then look at your time. Like you literally haven't taken any time. I mean, this is the position. So
Yeah, slow down. You had such a great position.
yeah, like I'm not gonna go, over and over the same point. I'm sure no one feels worse than he does right now. But yeah, you know, you know what you got to do. Where's
And I
Colin?
also wanted to point out Memphis, nice job staying in the game. You didn't have the best position, but you hung in there, and your opponent made a mistake, and you capitalized on it. So nicely done, Memphis.
That's
And I know
right.
Memphis works really hard. He's always asking me for more homework. He's always solving puzzles, and it's paying off.
Yeah, and to me, like doing chess puzzles never really felt like homework or work. It's just something you like to do. So, okay. Really cool, really good game going on right now between Inky Cheerful Almond and that sounds like a chess kid name. And Colin. White's up a pawn, but it's not easy. But yeah, the thing is, there's just pawns on both sides, so it's just a little tricky. So both players, plenty of time. No need to rush. All that time is not going to help you if you've already got a losing position. Like what? I don't know. I've seen it so many times where like a player is just blitzing, and then suddenly they're down a piece, and then that's when they slow down. Like at that point, it's probably too late. Same for. I mean, I get White's a little lower on time, but like this looks pretty much. Well, I don't know. It's actually kind of hard to say. Well, I mean that's the thing. I mean I just don't know. Well, now, yeah, I don't know if going over here was the best idea for White because you won the pawn, but then your knight is super like out of the game, and like you can't defend that. Okay, so my advice for Colin, especially with your time advantage, is just please slow down. Even if you're solid on the move, I mean, just take another extra second just to like get yourself in like a rhythm and that. But this is going to be good. So even material now, pass pawn here, but this pawn is hanging. So we'll see. Knight, king and knight endings are a lot like king and pawn endings, just because the knights are so slow and they don't really contribute that much. So if this was a pawn ending, well, I don't even know. It's hard. Like, who would be winning? Probably black. Well, black would be winning, I guess, because the king is far from the pawn. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like though Colin's got to be happy with how this game has gone, because the extra. I mean, I thought there was no way for white to lose, but the extra pawn, or the not the extra pawn, the pass pawn gives black some chances to win. Was this? I'm just trying to see when the pawns. Yeah, because that little adventure to take the A pawn forced this, and it's just not as much protection. Seemed like white was totally in control because this pawn had to be guarded. So I mean that's a tough judgment to make. So I don't know. Oh no! Oh, white hung their knight. All right, looks like Colin's gonna win. No, tough endgame. I think white, instead of going after the A pawn, just keep your knight on C5. Because look how it just like ties down black here and really just kind of paralyzes the position. Now and also stops, well, black could go there, but then it gets traded. So maybe like king f3. Now the king might, get the pawns on the king side. But that's tough. I mean, it's hard to resist the urge to win a pawn here. But that might have been the way to go. All right. Is Cartavia feeling the heat? Probably not, but we'll see. Let me see. Yeah, e4. So let's see what white had planned here. All right, we'll come back here in a sec. There we go. Black's throwing all their pieces over to the king side. Well, now they're a little. Yeah, white's, uh, pretty well set up over here. So I feel like black could have done this earlier. But, yeah, okay. Hmm. Yeah, I feel like h5, maybe even now could have come in. I don't know. Really wanted to punish white. Yeah, I guess he's trying to like stop that, but like white's probably got an advantage. All right, back to Cartavia. Oh, I did want to check out another game. All right, so in class, Will and Robert have played, and Will won both. All right, Robert's got the edge here. It's probably gonna be a little nervous though, because it's like you're playing someone who's beaten you before. It's easy to get like a little intimidated and stuff. But well, I like this for Robert. I hear moves. Ah. Yeah, I was like, well, White better have something because he's attacking the knight, and if this knight moves, you lose this knight. So he went there. Kartavi's like, take your piece. So it's looking like maybe White didn't see that, or just, yeah, I don't know. Too bad. Maybe there just wasn't much there. Maybe you could have done there or something. Yeah, I'm not seeing much. All right. Mm. Yeah, no, that's a nice move. All right, kind of interesting. And then we have it's also very close. Oh, he's not up a rook. It's an exchange. Sorry. All right, definitely Black's better. Maybe even winning. Um, there's I don't know. I mean, White's pieces are kind of aggressively placed. Oh, I don't like that at all. Thought White needs to finish their development and maybe can do some tricks because like I don't know, something feels a little weird about Black's position too. Like pieces aren't really working together either. But yeah, I don't understand this move at all. Okay, you want always give your moves the eye test. Like if it looks awful or it just looks like you're moving away from the center and away from activity, then give it a second look because I mean, all of a sudden, that just gave Black an opening to just like full speed ahead. Okay, let's go to Daniel. Yeah, he got the knight in. Gets the pawn over here. There. I don't know. It's a fun game. At least now for Black, this bishop kind of got more open. All right. White played f3 to get out of check. All right, let's see. What are you going to do, Robert? Now, I've got to meet Robert, I've known a long time. And in person, Will, I've just gotten to meet. Been impressed. Think he's going to be really good. maybe try to guess what you would do for black. See if it matches what Robert does, and then you can go back and check with a stronger player or a computer and see if you had the best move. So whenever you're studying chess, try to make it as active as study as possible. Just meaning that rather than just kind of like look at a position and kind of follow along with like what the grandmasters say are the best moves. Instead of doing that, which is kind of passive, when you're studying a game at the critical moment or where there's a tactic, just pause and try to figure it out for yourself or come up with your own thoughts before you look at what the grandmaster or the teacher writes or whatever. I hear a lot of moves being played in this game, so take, so he gets a pawn, and white gets an extra pawn. He back to even. Oh, maybe he could have gone there. Oh, and just like that, black is now ahead. Oh, that was quite the reversal. Okay, so black should be in good shape. I mean, there is the strength difference in time, so definitely a lot to be careful for. But okay, the underdogs are making this interesting. Like I said, yeah, I mean, just kind of for fun. Always want to root for the underdogs. I have nothing against Will or Daniel Best, but hey, it's always more exciting, right? All right, Robert's being very careful. Definitely knows it's an important moment. I'm guessing black may take some time here. Now, kind of regrouping, like, okay, I'm up a piece, I'm winning. Now let me figure out what to do. All right, goes for that. Well, still some problems to solve. His pieces can't rush over to White's king straight away. You have to figure out the best way to maneuver around to do that. Yeah, it's just like I think, moves we've seen before. Always a little nervous when I see pieces leaving the middle. I don't like it. All right, Robert's still thinking. I don't like it. They're leaving the middle. Yeah, I thought rook e7 made a lot of sense to attack the e pawn and go on a semi-open file. All right, White's trying to regroup around. Okay, that makes sense. And actually, provide some cover for the king as well. Yeah, I mean, this. Oh, you can't take there. So okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe this was the best option to be honest. So yeah, because before the rook was tied down to guarding the knight, and now it can move around. All right, I got you. Robert, go yet? No. So okay, once you get under 5 minutes, you do. I don't know. You really shouldn't be taking probably more than a minute for a move, unless it is like a very critical moment. Then yeah, take as much time as you want because you do have an increment, 5-second increment you can play on. Though after the critical moment, you do got to kind of pick up the pace. Don't worry about making the perfect move. Just do something good enough to just keep the game going, and hopefully convert your advantage. Yeah, now the bishop's retreating. Ugh. I don't know about this. Yeah, no, that's a good move. All right. Yeah, getting a little nervous for you, Robert. Robert's, yeah, spending half your time here. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think in this game, Black's doing a pretty good job managing their time. Just remember, you don't have to find the perfect move. I don't know. Our two underdogs, due to the time situation, it's feeling more up in the air. All right, what did he do? So yeah, he went ahead and just took the piece. There you go. Okay, good, good. Yeah, after a really long think, then it's time to go. All right. All right, Queen D2, making problems. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, now Will's got to think because now always, moves like this are sometimes more scary than a check or a capture because you're not quite sure where the attack's coming from. Like, where is he going to go now? Is he looking down here, here? He has other threats still on the board. So, yeah. Oh, man. Robert's probably just dying. No, but you got this. Oh, yeah. Now Black is up a rook because they took a piece. Okay. Okay. As soon as Will moves, we'll come back. This game. Oh, he just moved. Okay. That's where we are here. Oh, my. Both sides. There we go. Kind of breaking through in their games. Wow. All right. Which one to go to? I guess we'll just be here. Take a quick peek. Yeah, it looks like Black was able to break through. Basically, they got after Queen B6, probably a blunder because of here, and then due to the pin, he can't save all his pieces. And yeah, this is looking winning for Black. Did he go yet? Oh, he just went. All right, I'm gonna call this for Black. God. King's on the run, but there's still a lot of threats by both players. Yeah, it's just where you got to be kind of tough. Think under pressure. Okay, down to 1 minute now.
So there's one game left in the open section. You wanna?
Yeah, we've been on it this game, right? Oh, no, Black won. Okay. Good job, Black. Underdog comes out.
And there was
Oh,
another game.
okay, but we got to stay here, though. Really, both players fighting for their lives. Okay, good. Like how Will's thinking here, not trying to just blitz Robert out. You know, if you have your time, you should use it. Oh man, this is insane. Just gonna pause it and see what the spectators are saying. Oh, no one's spectating yet. Okay. Or no one's writing any notes. What do you guys think? Who do you guys think is winning? Try to figure it out. So it's White's turn here. Who's winning? And what would you do? Nice. Will's taking his time here, not blitzing him out. All right, he goes there. Okay. Tricky, tricky move. All right. Robert goes there. Ooh, it's probably a relief to get that knight. Instead of knight h7, I thought queen b4 was interesting. In fact, it might be winning. Okay. Well, I think the greatest tension has passed. So keep the game up for sure. So you say there's game in. Oh, that game finished. Okay. Sorry. Heuristic Mind. So this game looks fun. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, of course. Black's not going to take a draw. All right. So we'll have any tricks left. And we got a pretty good one here. White's up a couple pawns, and the black king's exposed. However, queen and rooks can be tricky. You can use your pieces to make threats against your opponent. All right, let's actually. Black has definitely escaped the most danger. Think white did have a. All right, hold on. Let's just go back now that all this is over. So yeah, I think here this is good. He probably missed that after takes. Oh, white can't even go check. But I was even thinking like the queen could block. So that would have sealed it. There's some drama. Drama. Yeah, maybe thought this move. Because then even if there's a check, you can block. And then this is very strong. Thought that might be winning. So yeah, all right. I'm gonna call this for Roberts. Oh, they traded queens. Well, that's probably gonna. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. So it's probably gonna help white more than anything else. Okay, should be winning for white. 2 connected passers. Time is also in white's favor. So it looks like this would most likely be an upset if white were able to pull this one off. Alrighty. We'll just feel like this game's going to end fairly soon. Okay. So let's just see what happens here, and then, yeah. come back here in a second. Oh, white may have some hope now that the black king is open. So it's not so much about white getting the pawns. It's just about the fact that can the black king escape the checks? Oh my. Well, look, I really want to let Robert off the hook here. He's been playing with under a minute, but really, no excuse for this. It's unfortunate, but really, honestly, in some ways the bigger issue, and I'd like to bring Alana in on this, is the A5 move. Um, you, I mean, you've got to understand in this type of position where White also has a lot of potential checks and is coming for you, you don't have time to do that. Why not go after the king? I feel like you're close to mate. Also, well, that's sort of beside the point. Like this is all good. So yeah, there are still some checks. Just keep going after this king. Get your own situation situated, get everybody protected. Even if you just do something like work here, get everybody protected. Um,
Exactly. I
but
feel like
Alana, can you explain? Yeah, like what's your explanation for the mistake here?
I mean, you got to keep your king safe. Like, I feel like, are you really in a rush to attack? No, you're going to have
Hmm.
the attack. You're up a significant amount of material. So take care of your king and then start to attack. The attack will still be there.
I had one of my students, very strong player, did the same thing, like in a position literally just like this. And in fact, it was even worse in his case because he had a mate in two. And rather than do that, he just starts pushing a pawn, and then his opponent mates him. So yeah, I like that. I think if you just kind of keep things simple and think of it in terms of your king's your most important piece, you got to keep the king safe before you start doing your own thing. I definitely think that's part of it, and also just kind of sensing the tempo in a position. Like, do I have time for this or not? I think that's something players need to learn as well. But hey, I got to give it to them. Both players, you could tell they both really wanted to win this game. And that's something we should, celebrate, even if it's a devastating result. All right. Yeah, like I thought, whites should just win this. It's just too much. All right, good. Yeah, good technique. This actually works even without these pawns winning for white. All right, he's playing on the edge. Um, I think this is one of the best ways for black to meet the queen's gambit, though I don't think it's the best. I don't think it equalizes. I like queen f3 here as white. I think that's the way to go. But yeah, no, this is certainly possible. Yeah, maybe bishop f5 would have been a better check, but anyway. Honestly, this looks like a mess for black. Yeah. Okay. Who's this? Is this person good? Let's see. So even position, also completely closed position. So yeah, black has more space on the king side, so they're gonna march down that way. White is then gonna play on the queen side. All right. All right, not sure why the players are blitzing, but whatever. Yeah, I mean now I'm not sure when white played a4, but now things are kind of shut down for white, and they can only kind of wait as black just begins the march. All right, well, since this has the feel of like a a blitz game, I guess we could just stay here and the game will be over in a few minutes. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Definitely think you guys should take your time. You got a chance to play really good players, so why treat it like a blitz game? You have all this time. Certainly made it fun to watch because it's happening so fast, but we don't want to see that. We want to see you guys take your time. All right. So a few players 2-0. Okay. Wait, hold up. Oh, never mind. Okay. All right. Blocks up a pawn. Yeah, I really like black here because white's not really done developing at all. And yeah, black's also just up pieces. Hmm. But yeah, overall, guys, I'm seeing a lot of really great chess today, though. Not just in the moves, but also just in the fighting spirit. Players not ever giving up and really trying hard to win their games. We've seen a couple big upsets. One side was winning, but then they made a mistake. So, that's why you never give up. Especially if you're an under 1100 or under 600. I really think you should play to the end to checkmate. Force your opponent to actually beat you. Because as we've seen, stuff can always happen. So it's okay, that's open. Ooh, okay. Oh, these guys just started. Cool, cool. Okay. You like the dragon? You like the Sozin attack? Man, I used to be up on this theory. So this is a line that's been studied a lot for black and for white. So I don't know. The players could still be following their opening knowledge, or maybe they're just playing from here. Wait, hold up. Aren't you supposed to castle queenside? All right. Well, now the game's changed a lot. If white had castled queenside, that would have led to a fun game.
Yeah. Wait.
Right? Like,
Yeah,
what are
this
you doing?
is like wait, it's like a Yugoslav attack.
Isn't it the
Yeah.
Sozin? Bishop c4?
It can't. No, this is Yugoslav attack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because queen d2, f3. Yeah, that you're supposed to castle queenside and just go like g4, h4, and pawn storm.
I mean, kingside's all right, but
But
not
like,
as
I feel
fun.
like there was some time wasted with going f3.
That's true. All right. Well, next time, white, check out Castle and Queenside. Jude, what is this? Some kind of like King's Indian attack? Okay. Oh, I've heard so much about the Stafford Gambit. Ooh, yeah, no. No, no, no. Remember, don't want to move the F pawn. Think, I mean, I don't know what white's supposed to do. Maybe just knight c3 or d3. Because, yeah, once you move the F pawn, that just. Huh? All right. Some weird stuff happening. I've seen a lot of G pawns pushed today.
Wait,
Not in a good way.
why was f3 pushed?
Well, yeah, that was my first criticism.
I'm looking
Yeah,
at knight
no.
wait, doesn't like knight e4 just
Yeah, I think knight takes e4 wins. F takes queen h4. But anyways, g5 is just like cave. It's what I call caveman chess. Like me push pawn and attack. I don't know. But it got to a pretty cool position despite some questionable decision making. Huh? Oh, what?
wait.
Are y'all?
Yeah,
Y'all
they were
confusing
playing
me.
way too fast.
Yeah, I'm like, what is this? This is like one of my like bullet games where
This
I'm
is
like
not
pre-moving
not
half the
even
time.
it's like an ultra bullet game. Guys, slow down.
Maybe they thought it was like atomic. I don't know. No, we know
Right.
both these players, why we're giving them a hard time. But yeah, no, I've seen both of them play so much better. Um, okay, so white's just completely winning. All right, looks like Rohan has a cool game. Okay, even material. And they both castle queenside. A little unusual. I don't know, like neither side really has any weaknesses, so it should be a good game. Wow, and I mean the game between Memphis and Colin, that's a game potentially for first. Ugh. Oh,
But I will say something. Mm,
please.
Look at the time. I mean, there's no reason. You should have more time than what you started with.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right.
Yeah, Colin, you gotta slow down. Both of you.
They will be admonished in class next week. Lightly, um, man, I'm trying to think of the word. All right, we'll just go with lightly admonished. Let's see. Yeah, it should be a good one. Oh, white as the ISO pawn. I mean, black is the isolated pawn, which is not necessarily a weakness. Well, but here it is because white's able to put a lot of pressure on it. Oh, tactics, tactics. Nice. Well, that changes the game. That's the thing, right? Like, white had this awesome strategy. Normally rook a d1's a great move, but you gotta know your tactics. So now, yeah, we'll see. Jude playing for first? Okay. Well, the one thing white has is white's castled and black's not. Um, Otherwise, I feel like black's doing nicely here. Wait, what got traded? Oh, huh? Okay. So I don't know. The game is kind of opening up, so the king in the center could be a problem for black. Otherwise, I like black's position a lot. Eh, though it has some, I don't know. I mean, this pawn seems super irritating. So now that things have opened up, yeah, it's pretty complicated. So I'm not sure anymore. Probably I'm gonna prefer black, but yeah, it definitely looks better for white than it did just a moment ago. We have Monkey Mister and then Senior Monkey, assuming that's probably like family members. You saw that, right?
Yeah,
The Senior Monkey.
they've been following all their games.
All right, I don't know. Kind of the trend. Mm, really, this could have been calculated a little better by everybody. And the only reason I'm being kind of harsh is that both players are just playing super fast. So like, I don't know. But yeah, looks like good game between two really good players. Like it went so fast. Like, yeah, definitely black is now like actually, yeah, there is king g3 to guard the pawn. And then I don't know. I like black though. Like I don't know, was knight takes d4 the best move? Because that kind of unleashed the pieces. Because if you go knight f4, you don't get the pawn, but you block the queen from attacking the g pawn. You make the king move. So maybe knight f4 was better. But the point though is like you just don't know. If you're moving that fast, how would you even be able to calculate all of this? So knight takes d4 may not have been the best. Oh wait, what did he do? Yeah, no, okay. I definitely recommend. Okay, everybody slow down because there's a lot of mm, there's some stuff going down. Right? You want to give yourself the best chance to win. Right? No one likes that feeling where it's like you make a move and then you're like, oh, that was terrible. And then the 20 minutes you have, just won't help you anymore. So is this person playing? Oh, so okay. So if black wins, there'll be a big tie for first, right? Because the GM was 4-0. It looks like, yeah, very, very good game we have in the under 600. White has a lot of pressure. Black's trying to convert the extra pawn. Man, under 600 is. All right, let's go back to Kid Fire. So that's what I mean, right? One you want to have back. Looks like he had something going
Yeah, that's the second back rank, I believe.
on. Well, it's part of learning as a player. Black's up a couple pawns, so she'll convert this endgame. Well, we'll keep an eye on it. All right, let's watch under 600. It's exciting. It's a game for first. So white already has 4 points. So and black only has 3, and no one else can get more than 4 in the tournament. So white's automatically guaranteed a tie for first. But if they can win or draw, they'll get clear first. Yeah, white's showing yeah, a lot of good strategies here. Yeah, black's keeping up. Threat was queen takes h5, g-pawn's pinned. So it looks like white has maximum pressure, but there's no clear way forward. And black still has that extra pawn. Okay. Each time black's able to defend all the threats. All right, we'll definitely want to keep this game up. All right. Okay, got some a lot of good games going on under 1100 as well. Let's see, so the open. Okay. All right, got a pretty close game here. Let's see. So this is Lily and Simon. Guessing they're. Oh, do they have a draw along the line? Oh, maybe a connection issue. Okay. Hmm, all right. Got a pretty close game here. Okay, so even material. Yeah, I guess black has more space, and I like the bishop compared to the knight. I think the bishop looks more active than the knight. Like the knight doesn't really have good squares to go to. Um, so I mean, white or black needs to be careful that their bishop doesn't get shut down. But looks nice, and even if it has to leave the diagonal, it'll still help like guard pieces and stuff, and maybe the game can become open or something. All right. Back here. Oh, okay. Black's trying to press. So whites seem like the aggressor, but now black is trying to like push them back and yeah, maybe take over the initiative. So yeah, it's hard to say who's better here. I mean, maybe white's better, but maybe it's a little easier to play this as black because you're just gonna like push pawns forward. Yeah, good tactic, good tactic. Sometimes you just have to wait for that one mistake. So now with the pawn, the extra is, I guess it's not an extra pawn, but after gaining that pawn, now black's king is open. Think, yeah, definitely would rather be white here. All right, so let's go to the open. Yeah, or not. It's kind of complicated. I don't know. Black decided to go C. E. Okay. Little unusual to go C5. That opens up some nice juicy squares and blocks your bishop, but we'll see. Yeah, let's just stay here. It's a little more it's a little simpler to understand. And just kind of interesting to see if white can seal the deal and get first place. Material's still equal after all of this, because black was able to capture a few pawns. So yeah, pretty good game. Hmm. Yeah, I'd see white taking the time. All right, here we go. So this is a player who's in first place, and look how much time they're taking. Even in a position where, a lot of moves pop out, so they could have moved instantly, but they chose to think and make sure they have the best move, or the best move they could come up with. Give themselves the best chance to find that move. All right. Yeah. Feel like you want to definitely stay off the H file. Um, or else like rook F5, rook H5 is made, something like that. Oh, that's right. Adding another thing is that a draw would give white clear first. So they might be thinking about that too. Then I think if black wins, they'll also tie for first. So black has a big interest in winning as well. So great to see a last round game that's so close where everyone's really trying to find the best move. It may sound like kind of an obvious thing. Well, obviously, aren't they trying to find the best move? But if you're like blitzing out your moves, I mean, I just don't think you are. I mean, it's hard work to sit there, try to crunch out the best move. Um, but that's what you have to do if you want to be good. Okay, so white brought up this rook. Where was the rook? Yeah, F1. So this is a common attacking idea. Lift the rook up to get in front of the pawns and try to come over here. Because the rook can't do much when it's behind the pawns. All right. Troops are coming in. And by the way, I was looking back at this game. So now we have the knights found a nice outpost. No pawn can kick it. And I mean, Bishop's pretty good too. So yeah, we're locked up in a great game here. So we'll go there after this. So this is the under 600 for first. This is just a close game out in the open. So yeah. It's looking like a draw. Ooh. All right. Some interesting stuff happening in under 1100 also. So this is the third round. Got a few players with 3. Okay. Oh, what happened? He went King G8. But yeah, now the King's looking a little opened. Thought maybe Queen H6 would be better. But yeah. I don't know if the rook can defend the king against, yeah, rook and queen. Yep, piling on the pin piece. And that's pretty much forced. All right, so white's probably going to win. All right. Oh, very good. Very impressed. Yeah, and this player, hey, you might be a GM soon. Okay. So yeah, getting a little low on time, both players in a complex position. Man, that knight is so good. Now I might start to prefer white here. Though it looks, more or less equal to me at the same time. Sometimes you get cases where like that one position might be better, but the other position is so much easier to find good moves and to play, so to speak. So this might be one of those positions where um, maybe white's a little better, but it's easier to play for black, something like that. See, white's not trying to find the perfect spot for the queen. He's just trying to make a move. Only has a couple minutes left. Probably white's gonna or black's gonna do the same thing. Don't try to find the perfect move. Just find a move that keeps it going. Yeah, queen h3 may not have been so good. Yeah, queen g4. Good move. A multifaceted move with a few different ideas and a few different threats. So I think if white had kept the queen maybe on d1 or e1, then at least your rook's protected. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it's hard to find a move for white. Yeah, I was looking at queen a6 also. 'Cause black does have some weaknesses. It's just, yeah. Okay, white has plenty of time. It's like a full game of Ultra Bullet. There you go. We're fine. Yeah, I was looking check. Yeah, and then queen g4. Yeah, yeah. Looks very strong. Okay. White loses on time, but I don't see a defense. All right, good game. Very good game by Lily Flower. Well done, well done. All right, under 1100 is just kind of wild today. Man, a lot of really okay. So it looks like white's winning in this game with Robert and C-Man G. This game looks very close. The chestnut game. Oh, yeah. Besides the Robert game. Oh, okay. Now Robert's just winning. Wait, Robert's white, right? Okay. Yeah, the other games look pretty close. I just don't know where. Well, maybe it's winning here. Um, yeah, I mean, both players a lot of time, so that's not even a factor, really. Then we got Will and Champ. Uh, man. Yeah, that Will's bishop's really bad. Though I don't know if there's enough there to take much advantage. So it looks about equal.
Yeah, it looks like all his pawns are also on light squares. So, which is the same color as his bishop.
Yeah, and some players think that's good because then the bishop can protect the pawns, but it's actually more damaging because it blocks your bishop and it just becomes super passive.
Yeah, so you're actually, blocking off squares. Yeah, and with the queen moving there, that's restricting the bishop even more.
That's a good point. It's kind
Yeah,
of
so there's an international master, one of our coaches, Coach Raven says, it's like you're biting on granite. It's like your bishop is like eating rocks. What do you think of that statement?
yeah, I agree. Ooh, takes it with check. Okay. It still might not be enough to win though. Huh. Let's check out our other end game. Oh, looks like they got down to a draw. Okay, so this is just a draw. Alrighty. Alright. Alright, 2 players with 3 and 0. Alright. Alana, is average player good or really just like average?
I don't know. I would say, he considers himself average. So I guess he's just an average player.
Okay. And Greasy Aluminum and Sophia Cougar are up there, so it's getting kind of tight in the open. Oh, okay, that'll be a pretty good game then. So looking forward to this matchup between Cartavia and Mr. Average. So no one's yet beaten Cartavia in our tournaments, or even drawn him really. There's one quick draw in the last round because it guaranteed him first, so I don't really
Yeah, it
count
was like
that.
a pity draw offer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Black could have won if they played on, but we have no proof of that. Um, so yeah, maybe it'll happen this round. And then Spencer had a chance to bust him in the King's Gambit, but he didn't do it. Man, Cartavia, if it was me, I would have busted you. All right, well, this game's pretty entertaining. All right, getting some intelligence that Mr. Average might be a little more than average. So funny, a game that was sort of like positional now kind of turned like tactical in the sense that both players have some threats floating in the air that they need to be careful of. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's certainly a decision. Would I have traded the knight? No, I don't even know. Maybe. Black traded the knight for the ugly bishop. Yeah, it's probably a good decision actually, because yeah, they get that pawn, and yeah, it'll depend if White can get some checks. If not, should be a safe bet that Black's gonna win. Though still work to be done. And also the time issue favors Black as well. So there's that. Okay, but look, guys, Black, good player. He's still or she's still taking the time. I feel like a lot of players would have just thrown out a check. There's so many good checks and stuff, but Black wants to pick the best. So you can be inspired by these players. See how much they want to win. I was looking at Queen G3 too. Yeah. King D2, Queen F2. Think you're maybe King C1. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, it's a really interesting queen ending.
Yeah, this is good. Oh, and I have so much material. Why did I save this game? Oh well. Oops. Oh, that game. Okie dokie. King of Fate. So Black needs to decide, how do I get my king safe from potentially perpetual checks? Or, just checks from the queen that never end that make it a draw. So what's actually really nice is that we saw earlier how before getting the king safe, a player tried to push the pawn. And here, Black is making sure to safeguard their king as best they can before they push that pass pawn. So this game is kind of like the counterpoint to the mistake that was made in an earlier game. Man, I'd say this kid's pretty tough. All right. Have we started? Oh, I almost missed it. Oh, you should tell me it was started. A nice peaceful Italian game. Hmm. Well, okay.
Yeah, it's
All right,
great.
got a good one.
Yeah, these two players are both pretty strong players, both masters.
Yeah, no, this
I'm
is
really
great.
curious to see how this game will finish up.
Yep. All right, just going back to this game because it's nearer to the end. Okay, so does Black take the pawn and lose the passer? Or do they try to? Okay, yeah. I think that's a good decision because your king is now close enough to help pick up these guys. How many? Oh, three. Okay. All right. After this, we'll head over to board one and open. But yeah, very good games happening right now. Definitely check them out if you're done with your games. Game between Castaway Will's game and under 1100, or board one and open. Okay, Will's down, getting down to a minute. He's getting a little desperate here. He got the past B pawn, but his other pawns were also weak, unfortunately. So we're seeing very good decision making by Black. Remember, they gave up the knight for the bishop to transform into the queen ending where they had extra pawns. And then they gave up their pass pawn to then capture the rest of the pawns on the king's side. Yeah, it looks like White's trying to get out of like the checks. They definitely don't want to trade queens by accident. Okay, so the big lesson that came out of this one was Black safeguarded their king before pushing, their pawns in this queen ending. You have to go back a few moves to see it, but that's what happened. Yeah, now Black's just easily winning. Nothing White can do. All right, we'll keep it up, but yeah. All right. Weird stuff has been happening. Um
Man, how are there triple pawns?
I know. So in I think it was the 1800s, the great player Philidor said pawns are the soul of chess. And he just must be dying right now. White is like, ugh, these pawns are just terrible. You know what the bigger issue though is the opposite color bishops though. It's almost like Black has an extra piece here because this bishop can't oppose this bishop. So yeah, this is looking ugly. Looking real ugly for White. I don't know. White should check a look at this theory. Queen C2 looked really suspect going in for this. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah. All right, check on Will. Just kind of goofing around here. All right, so Alana, I guess we're gonna stop the stream here. What did you want to do?
Yes.
All right. Well, guys, definitely keep an eye on these games. A lot of good games still in progress.
All right. So thank you for watching, and we're looking forward to seeing how everyone finishes up.